the First Amendment and telling people in Pittsburgh for 2 days they couldn't be on the streets and selectively enforcing it. And we got footage and covered it where they'd go through neighborhoods with armored vehicles saying you're not allowed to be on the streets. And there would be kids out front playing basketball and football, and they would hit them with sound cannons. I'm talking about 10-year-old kids driving around in neighborhoods, and then no one was resisting that. So they go, well, we got to attack somebody. We got to get the boys a taste of blood. Got to train them on their own people. Okay, the university 5 miles outside of the G20 area, they always congregate there, the students. You know, they're out there eating hamburgers and stuff and studying out in the park. Let's go attack them. So they showed up. They blocked all the exits. They said leave. People couldn't leave. And there's just every angle of billy clubbing, women and men in the head, people on bikes trying to get away. And the cops, not enough to knock a woman off a bike and then billy club her a couple more times while you're wearing some Darth Vader outfit. And they put these guys in these masks and these outfits so they can just be these little psychos. And a lot of psychos do that. They wear a clown mask or a demon mask. I mean, it's all part of the psychology, that role of little Darth Vaders they step into. And I just watched the footage. I had guys there. And I just watch police. You know, a woman's on a bicycle, so you run up and hit her in the head, and she cries, and she falls down, and then you come over and club her a couple more times. And then they say, hey, that's the good guys. You hate police if you don't like watching a woman be billy clubbed. Maybe we should have a competition for the new American flag. Will it be a woman being billy clubbed? Maybe a kid getting their head blown off? Or maybe just a child being groped by a pot-bellied TSA agent. I mean, maybe that video of the baby having its diaper taken off by the man and the woman at the TSA, maybe that's the new American flag. All right, we're going to come back and get into all the other martial law news as they just slowly turn the heat up on the dead republic. I'd seen the Youngevity products work. There is a story at Infowars.com that just went up that is so important, a real window into just how authoritarian these guys are. And again, the Republican leadership agrees with them. Obama information czar confronted over ban conspiracy theories paper. We're going to play this video later. The great folks at We Are Change got the confrontation. Claims to have no memory of saying speech should be taxed, even though he put out official papers. And again, that's always the rule. Lie to the enemy. But then we actually have video of him saying ban the Second Amendment, that you have no individual right. And who does Obama say he's going to nominate? Because another Supreme Court justice is set to be stepping down the next year. He says he wants Cass Sunstein, a guy who wrote 2 papers saying ban, arrest, tax people's free speech. And we have links to that in the article. Now, on the martial law front, when the TSA is all over the country in major cities now and randomly walks up to you and wants to search your bag, first airplanes, then outside the airport, then bus terminals, then train stations, and then now on highways, at armored mobile checkpoints, and at football games. It's everywhere. Even high school football games. And the TSA comes and trains the local police to say they're allowed to grab your genitals. Or private security. Take the federal case in New Mexico. A federal judge said they're allowed to squeeze the genitals in Albuquerque. No, it was Santa Fe last year. If TSA comes and does the training. See, it's a magic wand of abuse. Oh, there's no Fourth Amendment. There's no 10th Amendment. We can be out of federal jurisdiction. We're not even sworn officers anyways. We can do what the FBI could never do because we said so. Magic. We're the civil emergency goons. We're the brown shirts. And here it is. Fully armed U.S. troops patrol Minnesota neighborhood. Guard members previously hunted insurgents in Iraq. We have that report and photos. And then martial law red zone. In America, heavily armed security teams to patrol Chicago. Feds prepare for mass detentions. Evacuations planned underway. And it goes on. Pat downs everywhere on the streets. And then I've got more reports on that front. But wait, there's a problem. Kentucky Supreme Court rules highway checkpoints illegal, just like my Supreme Court ruled. It's very clear. Doesn't matter. They have random checkpoints now for drunk driving. Oh, you're against drunks, aren't you? Well, you've always got an excuse, don't you? The point is, you can get drunks for reckless driving. There were already laws there. Throw the book at them when you see the reckless driving. But no, Mothers Against Drunk Driving says, get rid of our Bill of Rights. So how is the TSA doing this? When the Kentucky police and others are doing something illegal, they have to stop. Why can the TSA do it? Now, we're going to go to break here. In the next long segment coming up, I'm going to play a clip from my film Police State 2000 first, and a new clip from Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA, because I want to show you that what the military's been training for in this country and what the military has been setting up in this nation is being taught at military bases and in joint drills, is being taught to our police. So the audio and the video, if you're watching on Prisonplanet.tv, if not, you can skip to an hour, 40 minutes into my film Police State 2000, that, by the way, is free online. You can also buy the DVD if you want to support us at Infowars.com and see it in higher quality. But the point is, at a hour 40 into it, exactly, it starts the attention, attention, attention. American forces are here to help. Remain calm. We will not tolerate civil disobedience. And then I got the footage of the urban warfare training. They're practicing to put people in a camp and admitting that you will be disarmed, your children will be taken from you and put into another area of the camp, whether it's during a depression collapse where people can't take care of themselves, or whether it's after a staged A-bomb or dirty bomb goes off, or God forbid a new 9/11. It's all about getting you dependent. And we've got these unbelievably naked tyrants like Cass Sunstein, who wrote public papers for Chicago Business School and for Harvard right before he was put in as the regulation czar. And Obama in this article is set to try to make him the new Supreme Court justice. And let me tell you, he gets before the Republicans in the Senate and the Democrats, and they hear he hates free speech, he's going right. He'll probably be the head of the court. Probably the Supreme Court, justice, head justice or something. I mean, he's like, wait, you're against freedom? You hate America? You hate... Whoa, we're going to have to make you Supreme Court, justice immediately. How about Chief Justice? You say arrest people for their speech? Wow, you're a good guy.
We're on the...
We're going to be looking at history today on the transmission in the second and third hour. The history of modern healthcare. How did it get as crazy as it is today? Where they're pushing all this poison on the population. How did they take the heroic healthcare measures of Western medicine that was effective and twist it into the big pharma witch's brew it is today? And the accelerated transformation of our medical system into a eugenics tyranny. Dr. Peter Glidden with amazing information in the second hour. Then in studio, Joel Skousen, expert on communism and how the big mega banks fund it. His uncle, of course, Cleon Skousen, who wrote these seminal works on that, The Naked Communist and others. So that is coming up in the third hour today. I do intend to take some calls here before this hour ends. Toll-free number to join us on any issue you'd like to get into, 800-259-9231. But I was getting into Kentucky Supreme Court rules highway checkpoints illegal. Really, I've been to events where they have the Army run checkpoints randomly and search people. But don't worry, the FBI is keeping us safe. They've busted anarchists in Cleveland bomb plot. So now they've moved on from provocateuring Muslims who were on welfare and generally mentally retarded, on record, New York Times reported last Saturday, to the anarchists. They had a known federal informant at the RNC 4 years ago. Finally get people to just talk about Molotov cocktails. And it was the FBI is keeping us safe from all of that. But getting back to these reports on how they're rolling out martial law, this is video from 13 years ago at Operation Urban Warrior in Oakland, California. And in the 2-hour film, Police State 2000, I show the Marines doing interrogations. They're like, where are you from? I'm from San Francisco. Where'd you get the weapons? Where'd you, And boy, I was supposed to be allowed, in the training area. They would run over and say, "Get him out of here, Jones. You're not supposed to see this." And this is on tape. I'm getting real mad. I'm like, "I thought I'm allowed to be here." And he's like, "No." So, see, they only had certain stuff I was supposed to see. Just like CNN was like, "Oh, they're training for Bosnia." Well, sure, it's joint training, but the main training was for America. They had role players screaming, "I'm an American, I have rights, don't put me in a camp." And they had simulated executions of people. I mean, it was wild. And it was young, new Marines they were doing this to. And so it starts with a short clip of the film where they're announcing, "Attention, attention, attention. American forces are here to help. Remain calm. We'll process you into the camp quicker. We will not tolerate civil disobedience," things like that. And then it cuts to a couple years ago, G20, black armored vehicles, guys in Darth Vader outfits firing sound cannons at people, the small little protest. And when that was over, they started just turning down residential streets with kids playing football and firing it at them. And you could just type in "women attacked by dogs at G20. It's old ladies come out with bags. And the cops are like, get out of here. And they're like, "Okay." And the dog starts biting them. The old women are like, "Wow, I'm just shopping." Doesn't matter, scum. You're here to pay taxes, drink fluoride, and die of brain cancer. Shut up, scum, America. Cass Sunstein says you don't have any freedom when the bankers come to town. Excuse me. This is what our veterans fought for. This is freedom. Soviet America. Get used to it. We will arrest you and kill you if we want. The government will ship narcotics in and launder it in big banks. They'll get caught and not get in trouble. Do you understand, scumbag filth? Pay the taxes. I was watching on the treadmill this morning, Gran Torino. It's a good movie, but there's all these little messages. There's Diet Coke product placement. Boy, how about eating your brain right there? Total deadly chemical weapon. Product placement, because I know Clint Eastwood listens to our affiliate out there in Santa Cruz. He lives right down the road from it. I know he listens. I know a lot of other famous people do too. The point is that, you know what, buddy? How about we not grovel at the feet of the system? I know you're a good guy. How about we not have a message where he confesses to the priest that he didn't pay taxes on a boat he sold, and that's stealing? Just little, really, it's stealing when the taxes go to pay foreign banks? Really? And the rest of it goes to collectivize and create a giant army of slovenly people on welfare that can be used as a weapon against the American people? Really? Side issue. You cannot watch any major film without it being festooned, riddled with globalist propaganda droppings. And I've had enough. I've had enough. All right, let's go ahead and go to this clip, then I'll get to some of the other news. Hey, the Navy SEALs don't like Obama claiming he's a hero for sending him in to get bin Laden. And, of course, none of the Navy SEALs that know what happened are alive. A helicopter that they loaded on, witnesses saw, blew up with whoever it was they supposedly went in there 1 year ago today on May Day. Again, International Communist Day. Before that, Illuminati Day. Before that, Druidic High Holy Sacrifice Day. The returning of the sun. Yeah, Daily Mail, you name it, reporting it up at Infowars.com. SEALs slam Obama for using them as ammunition in a bid to take credit for bin Laden killing during election campaign. Well, let me see. The guys that loaded on the helicopter who actually went in there, that helicopter blew up. And we were told it was a stealth helicopter that just crashed, but was no big deal. During the Easter Bunny killing. Or the Santa Claus killing, bin Laden killing. And then we were told that it was SEAL Team 6 packed 20-plus of them on a helicopter, sent out to save Rangers. Turned out that wasn't true. Helicopter just blew up. And, again, the SEALs do think a bomb was on board and it was a setup. Do you think Al-Qaeda got on the base, the same Al-Qaeda that the New World Order controls in Libya, just got on there and put the bomb on? And yeah, some of the SEALs think it was Obama, but most of them just think Al-Qaeda got a bomb on there. But it is suspicious that they were all put on there and sent out on a fake mission and it blew up.